Hey, good morning. It's Muadi. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning, and I just finished my morning rituals, and I'm about to start my day. But before I got going, I wanted to share an experience that I had with you yesterday that gave me a little different perspective on how I view life and view my day. I was making some juice, and I dropped my mason jar full of my precious green juice all over the floor. And I was annoyed because that juice was not cheap and it took me a long time to get everything together. But as I was cleaning up, it occurred to me that while I was putting the juice in the fridge, I was actually thinking about a post that I saw on Facebook where another juicer had dropped her jar full of juice and it spilled all over the floor. And she was complaining about how upset she was and annoyed, etc. And it occurred to me that rather than focusing on the task at hand, right, which was putting my juice away, I was actually focused on what I did not want to happen. I was so concerned about this other person's experience and wishing that that would not happen to me, that lo and behold, that exact thing happened to me. And it occurred to me in that moment that, a lesson that I learned before, but I guess I needed to be reminded, which is that what we focus our attention on, it grows. Where we put our energy, right, we amplify those things where we put our mental focus. And that rather than focusing on how great my juice was going to be and that being focused on what I was doing in that moment, I was so focused on what happened to somebody else and hoping that that did not happen to me, that exact thing happened to me. And I know that this world is challenging right now, and we're going through a lot of very difficult things. And there are a lot of things that require our attention and our action. But by that same token, I think it's really important for us to remember that we have the power, just by virtue of what we focus on, to invite certain things into our lives. And that rather than focusing on what we don't want and focusing so much attention on what we don't want to happen, we would be better served. I think we would be better off if we spent as much time, if not more time, focusing on what we do want. What are the things? What kind of people? What kind of experiences do we want to invite into our lives? And let's think about how different our lives would be if we focused on those things, if we focused on those experiences rather than always worrying about, the worst case scenario. What if this happened? Well, this can go wrong and that could go wrong, and focusing on what we don't have. I don't have enough money. I don't have a man. I don't have a woman. I'm not in a relationship. Whatever that thing is that you think is missing from your life, rather than focusing on that, on those things, focusing on what you think you don't have, focus on what you do have. Focus on the good that's already in your life. Focus on the good that you are already experiencing. And just, as an experiment rather, see if those things start to grow if you put your attention on those things. Again, rather than worrying about what you don't have and who you don't have and what's not going, right for you right now, focus on what you do have. Focus on who you do have. Focus on what is working and see, just, as an experiment, if those things will grow. Again, with that juice, maybe if I would focus more on what I was doing and less on what I did not want to happen, I might have been able to save my juice. And I'm not being silly. I know it sounds a little silly, but maybe in life, right, when we're thinking about our lives, if we focus on what we want, maybe, just maybe, we'd have a better outcome. So that's my assignment for myself for today, and I'm inviting you to join with me in that assignment. Just for today, let's focus on what's working. Just for today, let's focus on what we do have. Just for today, let's focus on all the good things that are going on. Let's have some gratitude. And let's walk around with that attitude of gratitude. And let's focus on all of the good that is happening for us right now in this moment, on this day. And let's just see how that shifts our energy. And let's see if that can bring about a shift in our lives. Okay, that's my assignment for today anyway. And I'm inviting you again to join me within that. I think we can have a different outcome for ourselves if we set a different intention. And so that's what I'm working on. I encourage you to work on that today as well. And let's check in and see how that goes. Okay, have a great day. You deserve it. There's a lot of good that's out there waiting to land on your lap. Open up your arms, open up your eyes, open up your heart, and then let it in. All right? Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.